Today is very auspicious day, Pandava Nirjal Ekadashi or Bhima Nirjal Ekadashi. Bhima is one of the 5 Pandavas. So there is that story in Purana about this Ekadashi, but we are following, that is for Karma Kant. There is some attraction given so that one would follow, but we are following Ekadashi as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. He gave this instruction that only for the satisfaction of Krishna one should follow Ekadashi, and it is one of the devotional limbs, or one of the first 10 which are most important. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was speaking to Sanatana Goswami about Vaidhi Bhakti, there he told Krishna Pritya Bhog Tyag, Krishna Tirtha Vas, Jaban Nirvaha Pratigraha Ekadashi Upavas. Means Krishna Pritya Bhogo Tyag. For the satisfaction of Krishna one should give up enjoyments. He should remain in holy place where Krishna is residing. Then Javan Nirvaha Pratigraha. I was reminded about this today, that one should accept material things as much as necessary for his livelihood. Not too much, not too less, because we are not liberated souls. So we have to keep this body and soul together. So for that we need some things and we have to earn. So not too much, not too less, and in favor of Krishna bhajan. Like we heard in Bhagavatam verse, one should only desire healthy life and self-preservation in survival, and inquire about absolute truth. These two things we have to do as human. We should not neglect one or the other. Both we have to do. Someone will think, only I will chant whole day or read books whole day, but I will not do anything in this world. That will not work, because you will be disturbed if you will not get food, if you will feel cold, or if your children will cry, give me this and that. So your mind will not be able to concentrate on Krishna and you will be disturbed. We are not liberated soul. But on the other side, it is not only that we will survive this material life and not inquire about Krishna, not worship him, not chant his name. That is also not good for a human being. So both we have to do in proper balance and in proper that one is facilitating the another. So here, Jivan and Ekadashi Upavas. Upavas has 2 meanings. One is we have to fast from grains and beans. In Kali Yuga, it is allowed to take those items which will not break the fast, like fruits, roots, milk, water, those things which are allowed on Ekadashi. Another meaning of Upavas is we have to remain near Krishna. Upavas. How we will remain near Krishna? We have to give up all kinds of enjoyments and all kinds of sinful activities, and with all good qualities, means with devotion. When devotion appears in someone's heart, then all other good qualities will automatically manifest, as we heard yesterday. And with devotion, we have to remain near Krishna. Krishna is in transcendental realm. If we become fully surrendered, then we can enter there. Then we can serve him. But that is more difficult. There is another more easy way. Krishna himself descended in this world as his name, non-different from him. So if with devotion we chant his name, then we will remain near him. Through devotion, then we will properly observe Ekadashi. And if someone does bhajan, worship of Krishna on Ekadashi day, he will get million times more benefit than on any other day. We have example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on Ekadashi day, he rose early in the morning and he gathered all his personal associates, pure devotees, and they started congregational chanting of holy name from early morning, and whole day and whole night they were chanting, without eating, without sleeping, without resting. They can do because they have spiritual bodies. For them there is no problem, and they have taste in chanting the holy name, transcendental taste. So they were sorry why night already ended. We are unable to do like that. We cannot imitate them, but we have to follow in their footsteps. We have to practice devotion to Krishna as per our present qualification, according to circumstance and state of mind and everything. We should try to do as much as possible on Ekadashi, little increase than on other days, then Krishna will be pleased. And another example, we have the benefit of following Ekadashi. We hear from Bhagavatam, once there was a king of the whole world, Ambarish Maharaj. He was legal king and owner of everything. He had undecaying wealth. His wealth never decreased, always increasing, unlimited wealth. Whole world was his. But because he was a pure devotee of Krishna, he had no attachment to all this property. How he got that pure devotion? By doing sadhana bhakti, devotional practice. He engaged all his senses in the service of Krishna under the guidance of Guru and scripture, and gradually, it is mentioned there, gradually he could conquer all other desires and became fully attached to Krishna and was having all knowledge. And he engaged his ministers and others to manage this kingdom, whole world, that was going on. He did not neglect. He did but through them, but he himself engaged with his own hands and all senses for the service of deity of Krishna. Generally, we think better we should engage some servant in the service of Krishna, we will do other things. But he did opposite. He could manage like that, and he himself did sadhana. So if that is not possible for us, then we have to earn as much as necessary for necessities, and the rest of time we should spend for chanting, remembering, and hearing Bhagavatam, all these devotional practices as much as possible for our stage. Gradually, our situation will improve when we are sincere. Then gradually it can improve by the grace of Krishna. So there are many steps. Step by step we have to go. We cannot jump. If we jump, then we will be disturbed and fall down. So like this. So Ambarish Maharaj, he was also compassionate to others. In his kingdom, he made it mandatory, compulsory. Everyone has to hear Harikatha daily, from Bhagavatam or from realized souls, Harikatha, everyone. And because of that, they got higher taste. And because of that, they had no desire for any enjoyment in this world, not even in heavenly planets. Because of getting that higher taste. Ambarish Maharaj made this arrangement. Then Ambarish Maharaj was following Ekadashi, fasting, together with his wife, it is mentioned, with Queen, in Vrindavan, in Madhuvan, for 1 year at a stretch. Then on Ekadashi next day you have to break fast in certain period of time. Then Next day came Dvadashi, and all of a sudden, one great yogi and sannyasi and Brahmin, Jnani, everything, he came there, Durvasa Rishi. People just hearing his name, they become afraid, Durvasa. Why? Because he's so powerful that he can eat for 1,000 years food in one day. Once he can eat, and he can remain without food for 1,000 years. So powerful. And he is hot-tempered, easily gets irritated, and he curses also. So all are afraid. But Ambarish Maharaj was very happy. He said, "Oh, you came as uninvited guest. It is my good fortune. If uninvited guest comes, you should treat him as Narayan, as God." So he was very happy, and he said, "Today, you please take prasad in my house. I'm a householder, you are mendicant, sannyasi, it is my great fortune, you please come." Then Durvasa said, "Yes, I will come, but now I have to do my Sandhya, morning prayers and meditation I have to do. After that, I will come." So you see, they are giving importance on this, on Sandhya, that we have to do. So he went on the bank of Jamuna and was praying and meditating on impersonal Brahman, and because of that absorption, he lost his sense of time. He was totally not in external consciousness, so he was tasting that bliss and forgot. And in between, already that time to break fast came for Ambarish Maharaj, and he was worried. I invited guest. Before feeding him, if I eat, then it will be an offense to guest. At the same time, if I will not break fast, then I will commit offense to Supreme Lord. It is his order to follow Ekadashi for his satisfaction, Ambarish Maharaj was doing. So he was in dilemma. Then he surrendered himself and asked some Brahmins who were knowledgeable in Shastra. That is the point of Brahmin. Brahmin should have knowledge of Shastra. Nowadays, because Kali Yuga, Brahmins, they have no knowledge of Shastra. They only say, I am born in Brahmin family. And they are taking donations or name and fame, but they have no knowledge of Shastra, and they are not following Shastra and not teaching Shastra. That is not Brahmin by quality and work. But they were real Brahmanas. That was not in Kali Yuga, it was before. Then Brahmins, they said, it is stated in Shastra, if you take water, it is considered as eating and also as not eating. And Ambarish Maharaj, that was in Satya Yuga, he could follow Ekadashi as it has to be done. On Dashami, 10th day, you can eat only once in a day, lunchtime. Then on Ekadashi, 11th day, you don't eat anything, don't drink anything, and don't sleep whole night. Only doing chanting. Then on Dvadashi, you have to break fast in the morning. In that particular time, you can take some little, and then eating at noon time, only once on Dvadashi. Then it will be complete, perfectly complete. This is very difficult in Kali Yuga. Now, some may do, but generally not. And also it is not necessary. Most important is to chant more. and follow fasting as per your qualification. So Ambarish, then, because he was following in this way, he could break fast only by taking water, because he did not take even water. You have to break fast with that thing which you did not take. So if we drank water and the milk or fruits, then we have to take grain to fast, to break fast. It will not be enough only to take water. So Ambarish, but for Ambarish Maharaj it was enough. So he took one drop of water, Charanamrita, that water that has washed the lotus feet of his deity, Krishna, he took. And by that he broke fast, and also it was considered as not eating, so he did not even commit offense to guest. According to Shastra, guest should be served. That is rule. So, but Durvasa Rishi, when he was meditating, and by that meditation, he could understand that Ambarish already ate something. Then he came back and he was very angry on Ambarish. You are a king. Everyone is seeing what you are doing. They are following. And you broke the rule of Shastra. I did not come to you. You invited me as your guest. And before feeding guest, if you take something, it is considered as an offense. So it is very bad. And people now will follow. So I have to punish you. Exemplary punishment, so that no one will follow your example. So Durvasa, out of anger, he took one hair from his jota, that dreadlocks here, and took and threw on the ground with anger and cursed. The one goddess came, and she went to kill Ambarish Maharaj. But Ambarish Maharaj is a pure devotee of Supreme Lord, so he was not disturbed. He did not run away. He thought everything is happening by the will of Krishna. If I did something wrong, then it is good. I will get proper treatment. So he just with folded hands, he was surrendered to Supreme Lord, thinking of him and waiting. But Supreme Lord, because Ambarish Maharaj was a pure devotee, already he ordered his Sudarshan Chakra, his weapon disc, that you should always protect Ambarish Maharaj and his kingdom. So that Sudarshan Chakra immediately killed that goddess, and Ambarish Maharaj was all right. Then that Sudarshan Chakra went after Durvasa Rishi. He became afraid and he ran away in fear for his life. He was running, but he could not run away. Then he entered the ocean, but there also Sudarshan was coming. It was burning effect. He went into sky by mystic powers. He entered into elements, into fire, and everywhere he tried to run away, in whole world, everywhere, but could not. Sudarshan came there. Then he became disturbed and he came to Brahma, Brahmaloka, four-headed Brahma. Then he submitted to him and he said, "Oh Brahma, you are supreme created living entity in this universe. You please protect me." Then Brahma said, "No, this is Sudarshan Chakra. This is the weapon of Supreme Lord. People, they're thinking, I am Brahma, I am the creator of this whole universe, but it is not true. Only by the given power of Supreme Lord I can do this creation." We heard here in Bhagavatam. He's doing secondary creation on the order of Krishna. So this is his weapon. I cannot protect you from this. I cannot. Then Durvasa went away from Brahma and went to Kailash, to Shiva, Mahadev. And Durvasa is also one partial avatar of Shiva. So he went like to his father, Shiva, and he submitted to him and said, "You please protect me." Then Shiva said, "This is Sudarshan disc. It is the weapon of Supreme Lord. People think I destroy whole universe at the time of universal annihilation, but it is not true. Only by the given power of Supreme Lord I am doing that. Not independently. I am not independent. I cannot rescue you from this. I am not independent of Supreme Lord." Brahma also told, "I am not independent of him." So then Shiva told, "So you have to go to Supreme Lord. I am blessing you. You go to Vaikuntha, transcendental realm of Supreme Lord, and submit to him." Then Durvasa, by the blessing of Shiva, went. He submitted to Narayan, and he said, "I came to you. You please rescue me. It is true, I committed offense, but you please rescue me." But Narayan did not say anything. Then Durvasa said, "You are Vishwanath. You are the master of the whole world. I am also inside this world. So you are my master also. If I take your shelter, you have to protect me. You are Jagannath, you are master of the whole world." But Narayan did not say anything. Then Durvasa said, one name is Ananta, you are unlimited. So your compassion is also unlimited. If you will not protect me, then this your name that you have unlimited compassion or unlimited all qualities cannot hold. So you, please, I surrender to you, please protect me. Then Narayan said, "From where does compassion come? It comes from the heart. But my heart was already stolen by Ambarish Maharaj. My heart is there. And you already went to Brahma and Shiva. What did they tell?" Then Durvasa said, "They said they are not independent. They are dependent on you. That is why I came to you." Then Narayan said, "Yeah, like same. I am also not independent. Aham bhakta paradino. I am dependent on my devotees because they are serving me without any other desire. I want to give them something, but they don't want anything. Only they want to serve me. So what I can do? Then I become subservient to them, like chaste wife. By her sincere service to husband, she will bring him under his control. By her devotion. Like that, my devotees, they have conquered me. I am not independent. And already my heart is there at Ambarish, so I cannot give compassion. You have to go to him, to Ambarish Maharaj. You cannot take the Torah which you got in the feet by taking it out from your head, because it is not there, it is in the feet. Like that, you committed offense to devotee Ambarish Maharaj. You have to go to him. He will forgive you because he is pure devotee. You should not think, Durvasa, that he is some ordinary household person's king attached to this world. No, that is not true. He gave up everything for me. So I had to give myself to him. You did not understand him. And the devotees are very dear to me. They are more dear to me than myself. Without them, I have no desire to exist. And even those who are related to my devotees, they are also dear to me. What to speak of devotees? So you have to go to him and pray for his forgiveness. Then Durvasa had to go to Ambarish Maharaj back And Ambarish Maharaj was very sorry. I got one guest, a great saint, but I did not feed him, so how I can eat? So for whole 1 year, when Durvasa Rishi was running everywhere and went to Brahma, Shiva, Vaikuntha, everywhere, 1 year passed trying to escape Sudarshan, and in 1 year Ambarish Maharaj did not eat anything, thinking, I did not feed my guest yet. So he came back and Durvasa Rishi bowed down to Ambarish Maharaj, and Ambarish Maharaj was very uneasy. No, why you are bowing down to me? You are superior to me. I am your servant. You are a sannyasi, you are a Brahmin, you are yogi, you are jnani. I am only householder, king, kshatriya, attached to this world. In this way, pure devotee always thinks, never proud, always humble. And I commit offense, there is no fault in you. Durvasa said, no, I committed offense, you please forgive me. Then, because this Sudarshan chakra is burning me, then Ambarish Maharaj prayed to Sudarshan, if at any time I did any pious work as a king, then in lieu of that, means in exchange of that, I'm giving all that fruit to him. You stop chasing him. But Sudarshan did not say anything. Then Ambarish Maharaj said, I am not a devotee of Krishna. Pure devotee never thinks I'm a devotee. But those who are beginners, they think I'm the greatest devotee and they disrespect everyone. But the real devotee thinks I am not a devotee, so humble. Because of having contact with unlimited Supreme Lord. So humbleness is natural. As much as we are devoted to Krishna, it is shown by the degree of our humility. Sincere humility, not show or some false thinking, real. Then he said, I am not a devotee, but if perchance I sometimes did something to please Krishna, any kind of service to him, then in exchange of that, you, Sudarshan, I'm giving that fruit to him and you stop chasing him. Then Sudarshan stopped, went away. Because Ambarish was offended as a devotee. So as a devotee, he had to forgive. Then Durvasa Rishi was very happy. And he was loudly chanting, today I understood. I am so fortunate. Today I understood the glory of pure devotee. I did not know. So I'm very happy. And then Ambarish Maharaj invited him to eat and they were eating together, prasad. Then after that prasad, Durvasa Rishi was going everywhere, to all yogis, jnanis, karmis, all three worlds, everywhere he went, and was loudly singing the glories of devotees. Now I understood. There is no one superior to them. Even Krishna, Supreme Lord, is saying I am subordinate to them by their devotion. There, Bhishma Chakravarti Thakur commented in Bhagavatam that Durvasa Rishi actually played this pastime, this lila, to, we should not commit offense to Durvasa Rishi. He played these pastimes just so that we could know the glory of a real devotee. So humble and never seeing others' faults and fully surrendered to Krishna. He did not do anything to protect him. He took shelter, means he did not even pray for protection or anything. He said, what I did, Krishna will give me punishment that will be good for me, or everything is his will. He's giving the fruits of action, so he did not do anything. He said, he accepted whatever will be the will of Supreme Lord, fully surrender. And the person, Durvasa Rishi, who came to kill him, Ambarish Maharaj gave everything to him to protect him. That is not possible for anyone who has any false ego. Here it was shown, it is explained that yogis, jnanis, karmis, karmis anyway, they have false ego of three guna. I am Brahmin, I am Kshatriya, or the three guna, according to gunas. But even yogis and jnanis, they also have false ego. That is not of this material world, but of that understanding that I am Supreme Spirit, or I am one with that Supreme Spirit, I am one with Paramatma, that false ego, not accepting that they are eternal servants of Krishna. That is also one kind of false ego. That also has to be removed. So here Durvasa Rishi had to suffer because of that false ego. That is why yogis also and jnanis, they become angry, because their desire is not fulfilled. And they are always afraid, I will fall down. So that is also not perfect constitutional position. Only service of Krishna is, I am eternal servant of Krishna, so devotees, they are more powerful, more advanced than them. And the yogis, jnanis, they are proud, but devotee is never proud. Why? Because in contact with Supreme Lord. Srila Sridhar Maharaj told, if you are thinking yourself as big person, means proud, it proves you did not yet come in contact with the biggest person, that is Supreme Lord. In front of him, no one can be proud, anything. So devotees, they are always naturally humble. And Narayan also in Vaikuntha said to Durvasa Rishi, you think you are Brahmin, you are Kshat, you are Sannyasi, you are Yogi, you are Jnani, and Ambarish Maharaj is just ordinary householder and Kshatriya, and he's attached, enjoyer. But you see, when your dead goddess came to kill Ambarish Maharaj, he did not take one step back. He was not afraid. He was fully surrendered to me and accepting my will. He did not run away in any kind of fear for life. But you, when Sudarshan came, you immediately ran in fear. So who is superior? Devotees, they have no fear, being fully surrendered to Krishna and being protected by him. So here Durvasa made us see the glory of real devotee in whatever status external he may be, as we heard from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and yesterday also in Gurudev's book. Devotee may be in any body. And Mahaprabhu told, Kiva Bipra, Kiva Nyasi Shudra Kenana. Jai Krishna Tattva Vetase Guru Hoy. He may be Shudra, Brahmin, Kshatriya, woman, man, rich, doesn't matter. This is not the point. The point is whether in his Atma he surrendered to Krishna. And if he surrendered, he knows about the truth about Krishna and himself in relation to Krishna. That is why he can be Guru, because he is in knowledge of Krishna. One who has knowledge of Krishna, realization of Krishna, he can give that to others. He is a Guru. It doesn't matter in female body or male body or anything. Hanuman also is in monkey body, but he is a Guru, a pure devotee. Gajendra and all those. So that is not the point. In devotional line, it matters in karma kant and that in jnana, because they are not fully purified of their bodily conception. But pure devotee is fully on transcendental platform. His body also becomes transcendental, so it doesn't matter. That is purified by chanting pure name of Krishna. All your prarabdha karma is totally destroyed. That is why even those who are not born as Brahmins, they can do Brahminical work if they destroy their prarabdha karma by pure devotion. Like that, those who have female body, if they do pure chanting, then they are destroying all that. And they have knowledge of Krishna, they can give knowledge of Krishna, they can give mantra of Krishna like Ganga Mata did. Those at whose back Krishna is there, they can give mantra. So Krishna himself ordered as Jagannath to Ganga Mata, you will have to give mantra to that king. So they can give, they can be gurus, they can be acharyas by the will of Krishna. So here, Ambarish Maharaj was following Ekadashi, so he pleased Supreme Lord and he was fully protected. And how he got that pure devotion? Not all of a sudden. It is stated gradually, by sincerely performing sadhana bhaktis, bhakti in practice, under the guidance of bona fide guru. If one performs devotional practice, service of Krishna, then gradually he can remove all his other desires and can awaken that pure devotion to Krishna, that kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhavasa sadhana vida nitya siddhasya bhavasa prakatyam hridi sadhyata. In Sanskrit, Rupa Goswami wrote, and in Bangla, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami translated, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunoi, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Koro Udoy. Same meaning. That you have to do this sadhana bhakti under the guidance of bona fide guru to hear about Krishna, speak about Krishna and other devotional forums. Then it is not that you will attain or produce that devotion. It is already there within the heart of every living entity, like iron is naturally attracted to magnet. But it will become manifest by sadhana. It is nitya siddha, it is already existing eternally. Prakatyam hridi sadhyata. By sadhana bhakti you will awaken that or manifest that in purified heart. By chanting and hearing this. So Ambarish Maharaj did 9 devotional forms: Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Padasevan, Archan, Bandhan, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedan. All 9 he did. To hear about Krishna, to speak about Krishna, to remember Krishna, to worship him with articles, to offer prayers to him, to be in the mood of his servant, to be in the mood of his friend, well-wisher, and to offer everything to him, what you have and yourself. These 9 forms he did all. But you may do only one sincerely. Some may do 1, some may do 2, 3, some may do all, according to Guru's instruction. But the point is, if one will do with faith, with sincerity, then he will get Krishna Prema. Shukadev Goswami, we are hearing, Shukadev Goswami got it only by speaking about Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj got it only by hearing about Krishna. Only one form. Prahlad Maharaj did only one form, only remembering Krishna, thinking of him. Because in his environment, other things were impossible, all demoniac environment. He cannot do arati. But inside, he is always thinking of Krishna. And Padasevanam, Lakshmi by serving his lotus feet. Archanam, before I forgot this Padasevanam, Archanam by worship, that is Pritu Maharaj, worship. Then Vandana, prayers offered by Akrura. Then Dasyam, Hanuman. Jai Ram, always serving Ram Chandra. And Sakyam is Arjuna, and Atmanivedanam, offering everything, is Bali Maharaj. He offered everything. What he thought is his own. All three worlds he offered to Bhagavan. And Bhagavan said, you said 3 steps. With 2 steps, I already took 3 worlds. You said 3 steps you will give me. Where is another? Then he was disappointed. Bali Maharaj, not because he lost everything, but because he could not offer everything. Means for the 3rd step to Bhagavan, then his wife, she was devotee. She told him, you did not offer yourself. You offer yourself. Then Bali Maharaj was very happy. Yes, you are right. You are perfect wife. You gave me advice for how to serve Krishna. That is perfect wife. If wife always demanding, you give me this and for that enjoyment, all that is not good. But wife, good wife or perfect wife is one who will assist husband in the service of Krishna, or encourage, assist, or teach even if necessary. But that should be the target. Otherwise she will lose and he will also lose. That will only Maya suffering at the end. So then he said to Bhagavan, you put your 3rd step on my head. Then Bhagavan put, and he was fully satisfied. Then Supreme Lord asked Bali Maharaj, I am very satisfied with you. I want to give you some boon. You ask for whatever you want. I can give you anything. Then Bali Maharaj, I don't want anything. I only want this. Your feet should remain on my head. I should be your servant eternally. I want your service only. Nothing else. That I want. Because they're getting that supreme taste. They have no other desire. So in this way, by performing sadhana bhakti, we can gradually remove all our desires, other desires, and awaken this desire only to serve Krishna. And one of the devotional practices is this Ekadashi, fasting and chanting more. And we are also hearing Bhagavatam. That is also one devotional practice. Yesterday, we heard O sage, Vidur is saying to Maitreya, O sage, persons who because of their sinful activities are averse to the topics of transcendence and thus ignorant of the purpose of the Mahabharata, which is the Bhagavad Gita, are pitied by the pitiable. I also pity them because I see how their duration of life is spoiled by eternal time while they involve themselves in presentations of philosophical speculation, theoretical ultimate goals of life, and different modes of ritual in karma kant. Means devotees, they feel very sorry for these jivas. They are going in wrong direction. They cannot be happy by that. They will only undergo these all problems and theoretical ultimate goals of life. So many things, and you have to fulfill all your heart's desire. That is the goal of life. But that is not true. You have to fulfill the desire of your real self, of your Atma. That is service of him. That can fulfill you, nothing else. If you fulfill all desires of your false ego, in whatever way it may be, you can never be happy, even fulfilling all desires. Vyasadeva showed this by his own example. For sense enjoyment, for money, for that, even for liberation, he was not satisfied. Only when he engaged himself in the service of Krishna for his satisfaction, he was happy. And it is true for all jivas. So those who are real devotees, they are feeling sorry and they are very compassionate to all other souls. They want to turn them towards Krishna for their eternal benefit and to satisfy Krishna. Tat asya kausharava sharma datur hare katham eva katasusaram udritya pushpebhya ivarta bando shivaya nah kirtaya tirta kirte. O Maitreya, O friend of the distressed, the glories of the Supreme Lord can alone do good for people all over the world. Therefore, just as bees collect honey from flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics, the topics of the Lord. So this is very important point Vidur understands. Maitreya is a pure devotee and he is giving this Harikatamrita. That is why he is the friend of distressed, means those jivas who are averse to Krishna. He wants to do good to them. The glories of the Supreme Lord can alone do good for the people all over the world. That is why our Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, told there is no famine in this world. You are thinking no water, no money, no food, you are thinking no famine like that. The only famine lacking, famine in this world is there is no Harikatha. If there is no Harikatha, that is famine. Because that is the real benefit. So if this is not spoken, that is crisis. So many crises, artificial or real or something, but the actual crisis is that there is no Harikatha, proper Harikatha, and people not ready to listen. That is crisis. So this crisis we have to solve. So therefore, as bees collect honey from flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics, the topics of the Lord. If you don't know any topics of the Lord, then at least you loudly chant Harinam, Mahamantra, or other name. That is also sufficient to help everyone. Animals, birds, human beings, everyone. You loudly chant Harinam. Someone will say, I did not read any book, I don't know anything. Like, no problem. You loudly chant Mahamantra. That will be beneficial. But you have to do it for the satisfaction of Krishna, not for other purposes. Then that will arouse other living entities to their eternal nature. Only this one verse I will read. Savishva janma stiti samyamarthe kritavatara pragrihita shakti chakara karmani ati purushani yanishvara kirtaya tani mahyam. Kindly chant all those superhuman, transcendental activities of the Supreme Controller, the Personality of Godhead, who accepted incarnations, means avatars, fully equipped with all potency for the full manifestation and maintenance of the cosmic creation. So this is a proper request. You speak about Krishna, That should be our request. Tomorrow we will further hear how Maitreya was very happy with this and also honoring Vidur, and then he began to speak about Krishna for the greatest welfare of all people.